Stephen A., do you think LeBron is the smartest player in the game?
Well, it's difficult for me to say because I certainly don't want to question or impugn the intelligence of a lot of players in this league. I think that Kobe Bryant is a basketball savant. He's brilliant. He's incredibly articulate, but I think that expands far beyond the game of basketball. Kobe is just a highly intelligent brother, period. Chris Paul comes to mind in terms of his intellect on the basketball court. You see what he does and how he runs a team. You look at a lot of these guys. I look at most of the guys on the Spurs as being highly intelligent basketball players. They're not just exceptionally well coached, but they grasp tenor, they grab mood, they grab momentum, they grasp all of those things, and they know the intricacies of the game as well. You can't compete on a very, very high level if you don't understand intellectually how to play the game of basketball. But it is clear that LeBron James is significantly up there because of the game that he brings to the table. He can play 4 different positions, possibly 5 if necessary. There is not a position on the floor that he can't play. You see how talkative he is. And as a result, you quickly recognize that he knows what everybody's responsibility is. And you don't know that if you don't have a high IQ. So I certainly would say that he's up there. I don't know whether it's number 1 or whatever the case may be. But I look at a young coach like Spoelstra, who's a protege of Pat Riley. We all know how much Pat Riley knows about the game of basketball. There's an assistant coach, 2 assistant coaches on the Miami Heat's bench by the name of Ron Rothstein and Bob McAdoo. Skip, you know those guys. You know their reputation in terms of their basketball IQ. And it's off the charts. And then I think about guys like Hubie Brown and Mike Fratello, guys that I know the game of basketball and have forgotten more basketball than most humans would ever know about the game. And they praise LeBron's IQ every chance they get. So when you have that kind of background, those references per se, that can speak eloquently about your greatness upstairs, there's really nothing to question. Yeah. It is what it is. He must be great because greatness continues to recognize him.
I am with you on your perspective. It's hard to say he's the smartest player in pro basketball today, but I think he is, Stephen A. And I will give him this. He is a basketball genius. And I've often said he's in that rare echelon as a passer, having basketball vision with Cousy and Magic and Stockton and Nash as a passer. And I realize that the great Kobe Bryant has an extremely high basketball IQ, Stephen A., but it's more within the solo concept than the team concept. It's how to score. It's scoring genius versus team concept genius. And LeBron's team concept vision is a little above Kobe's to me. I do, however, appreciate the fact that you brought up the Spurs because they have a couple of old guys who have some basketball genius in them, and Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili. I always say, if anybody watches the Spurs night after night the way I do, Ginobili will make one play every night that you'll say, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Some crazy basketball genius kind of play. Now, the problem with Manu is the next time down the floor, he'll throw it in the 17th row, and you'll say, well, what was that? And Pop will say, get him out of the game. But with LeBron, on consistent basketball IQ, basketball genius, I would have to put him at the top of this list, even though that's a very subjective thing to say.